Cannes is an amazing experience. It's one of the best and most prestigious festivals in the world. However, films of purpose and world peace is all I stand for, and it's the best platform to promote such. It is very important to note that many regions in the world, especially people who are underserved and underrepresented, are not represented here during the festival. So this is one of the reasons why I founded our program during Cannes, the AFI World Peace Initiative Cannes. And we show films, but most important is not showing or exhibition of the films, because we work with distribution post-Cannes. It's giving out honors and awards for the films, working with PR and marketing, and providing a platform of also mentorship for the filmmakers that is going to add for sustainability and economics. And we use the Cannes Film Festival as a platform for that.
The AFI World Peace Initiative platform, we're like the face, the voice, the hands, the feet, and the heartbeat of the industry, particularly for those of indigenous origins, those who ordinarily would not have their voices heard, or their movies looked at, or their scripts examined. And we've brought it to the world.
Our goal is to use the media, film, and the arts, and working with youth, for world peace, environmental concerns, and most important, women empowerment, and helping to ensure that through this platform we can have economic sustainability in the year 2030, leave no one behind.
To have stories told that make a difference, to have stories told that inform, educate. The N.G.I.A, the AFI Peace Initiative are all working to achieve that type of dignity, respect, understanding, tolerance for each other, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, any physical or mental handicaps, but to applaud the beauty of each individual.
The arts is why it's called artisan, because artisan is anything with the hands. So I wanted to create something where every single component that could build world peace could come together in one. We are a festival, and we are international, and we are for world peace, and we are an initiative, and it's global. So imagine this, you see a film, you see a fashion show, and you have fine art set up, and we're promoting these artists for economic sustainability. So this is how the Artisan Festival International World Peace Initiative came about, and eventually the organization decided to be a part of New Generation in Action that I'm the co-founder of, which has the ECOSOC status with the United Nations. The AFI World Peace Initiative is the famous component of New Generation in Action because we're using fashion, we're using film, media for sustainability and world peace.
It's a part of a movement to bring about a better quality of life for all, especially the younger generation. I always say, lest we forget, lest the children never know. So she has stepped into that role with the AFI World Peace Initiative to change lives, to touch lives, to speak into the lives of people, irrespective of where they come from. In particular, indigenous people, people that get overlooked, that get sidestepped, that get ignored, because whichever way it is, people are still people. It doesn't matter where they're from, what their background is, why they're here. We're all here for a purpose. The fact that we don't know why some people are here does not necessarily mean that we should sidetrack them or ignore them or make them feel less human. And she is one person that I would call a trailblazer of her generation that has stepped out, not thinking of whatever criticism she might get thrown at her. She's taken the bulls by the horns and is just focused and doing what she needs to do. And that is what makes it such a special platform. And that's why I'm very proud to also be on the board as not only just a royal board member, but also a special advisor. I thank you all for coming to gather to celebrate this special day with us as we, AFI World Peace Initiative, do what we do annually to recognize, to award, and most importantly to bring unity and peace through the arts, through music and humanity.
I've really been blessed along the journey, and even being here in Cannes Film Festival. Cannes Film Festival is one of the most commercial film festivals in the world. However, it is also a situation where we can gather films there of purpose, individuals there of purpose to make a difference. Once I understood by working with the United Nations and filmmakers who take forever to make a film. You take forever to make a film, you come to Cannes, you spend your money, you're pitching your projects, and no deal. And he has this cell phone cinema class that teaches individuals how to make a cell phone film. I said, oh my gosh, this is the Tesla of modern day cinema. And he deserves a humanitarian award. So, this particular year, we have launched the Professor Kolbadosh Cell Phone Cinema Humanitarian Award in his honor. He deserves it. He's a good man, he's a good person. We love you. We thank you.
Thank you so much.
And we're gonna change modern day cinema because we're working on sustainable platforms for the future of cell phone cinema to be continued.
I believe this is a historical moment because this whole idea of making movies on cell phones is basically about the democratization of media and to be in the presence of Your Highness, who started one of the greatest movements in democratization of media, which is Nollywood, that started in your house.
In my living room.
Oh!
Yes.
Prior to that, it was called Group Movie.
That changed the history of film in the sense that the largest amount of films made in the world is number one is India, number two is Nigeria, and only number three is Hollywood. This is the number of feature films that made in a year. And so the democratization of media, because in 1992 when you started that was with the portable digital cameras. So shrink it a little bit more and we are at the cell phone. So we are together in this movement. This is a true historic moment because we are doing for the first time in Cannes that we show cell phone films. And I cannot believe that thanks to Princess Angelique Monique, amazing and extremely important initiative. The World Peace and Tolerance Institute is the first one that introduced cell phone cinema in Cannes. This is a historic moment and especially important for me in the sense that films of humanitarian purpose came to Cannes first, and they are the first to be shown in Cannes. The films that you're gonna see here, cell phone films, they are really from all over the place. And that's exactly the program, to make the language of film available to everybody, to make it so much of a language as spoken language, verbal language, literature, and is there anything easier and better to teach the language of film than through the phone that is inside the pocket of practically everybody? That's why the subtitle of the course is Hollywood in your pocket. I cannot overestimate the moment. It's a historical moment.
When it comes to Sandeep Marwa, I'm in film, television, media for 30 years and been associated with more than 5,300 events, and every event sums down to love, peace and unity through art and culture. And that's how I'm here. I'm happy that I'm the founder of N.G.I.A Film City, which is the fastest growing film city in the world today. 100-acre complex, 75 acres outdoor, 25 acres indoor, 16 studios, and around about 17,000 media professionals. They're working in this film city in 3 shifts of 8 hours each. There are about 400 channels we have been broadcast to 162 countries 24/7. And the cascading effect of N.G.I.A Film City is there are around about 150,000 people, they're earning their bread because of this film city. When it comes to Marwa Studios, which is one of the 16 in this film city, I have churned out around about 4,500 television programs from for more than 50 channels, associated with around about 150 feature films, 5,000 training films, around about 2,500 short films, and I have been able to give opportunity to more than 10,000 filmmakers from more than 120 countries. I've been given a title of father of new Nigerian cinema. Can you imagine? I have trained, I have one of the biggest film school in this part of the world in New Delhi, and we have trained 150 Nigerians who have gone back to the country and they have spread their films like left and right. And Nigeria today has become the second biggest film producing country in the world. Tremendous. And I'm also on the national body of Nigeria after President of Nigeria. It's called Actors Guild of Nigeria. I'm the international patron to that. We have designed a school in Kano, which is also called AAFT, from Asian Academy of Film and Television. We're converting it into a African Academy of Film and Television. And if it comes true, half the job is done, the building part is over, and if it is done, then probably this will become the finest film school in whole of Africa, and the whole African community will come to Nigeria to learn cinema. And that's my relation with Nigeria.
We have a cell phone cinema component within all that we do, okay? And within that we have the Calvados Cell Phone Cinema Humanitarian Award. However, we have cell phone cinema films. Within that is a jury. So our jury members are compiled of top individuals who own the biggest studios in India with media. We do have the Oscars student president on our committee, and most important, they also received our honorees. Our organization has given out top awards to individuals who not just have achieved beyond expectations, but movers and shakers of the world and the future of sustainability. We are here to create a platform for sustainability, so that's why the cell phone cinema launched. My tagline for this, as I'm also rolling out a distribution platform, teaching platform for cell phone cinema, is the Tesla of modern day cinema. So that's also within our platform. Well, it's important, you know, because what I was going to say is that the first year that I came to Cannes, which was a while ago, I'll be honest, I didn't have a direction. It's a very intimidating, large film festival. You have to be in the know. And if you're not in the know, it's no reason to make this investment. But guess what? A lot of people come here, and if they don't have the right direction and they don't have the right team behind them, it could crash their entire career. From intimidation, from, you know what, I tried, but I wasn't good enough. So this is how this program was created. I didn't want anyone to ever be intimidated from coming to a major global marketplace and not have the proper support, the proper team behind them, the proper humble spirits behind them that could make it possible for them to be something during the Cannes Film Festival, especially if they're for purpose. We can take this experience to the awards, the networking, the people that you've met, the platform, the marketing, and all the beautiful support you're going to have. I mean, an awards presentation at the American Pavilion, the Gala Ball with royals, and most important, we're all celebrities here because we're here to do something for the greater good. One race, one people, and that's my agenda, that's my goal, and that's what I eat, drink, and sleep. And so, through the arts, that's what we'll do. And most important are the film awards, okay? I'll tell you why. To be able to have the film awards during Festival de Cannes, it's not just getting an award in Cannes. These films fit our agenda year-round. So we are basically promoting these films year-round to help the films get in film festivals. We are using it in the educational component. Some films we actually launched distribution for through the for-profit Greta Joanne Entertainment. We have digital distribution as well in place. We put the films in the marketplace should the filmmakers want distribution and should they need sales support and help. And these films accelerate. Not only do most of the films that we work with go on the 50+ film festivals, but we always have a home run of at least 70% of the films that we have debuted getting distribution from a major distributor, international. Our program this year has films where we're working with the environment, we're working with our animals, and most important, we're working with the indigenous.
And what's wonderful about being here and listening to other people from different cultures and different nations is that it really is a subject matter that holds true around the world. We are living in a time where a lot of people are saying the same thing about humankind and what we're supposed to be doing together. Recognizing our differences, being able to know that we are all of the Creator. We were made differently, but we were told to be able to live together with our own teachings to make a better place for each and every one of us. And if the Indigenous voice can be heard, I think that can happen. And specifically with my film and the things that we teach, is that if the world today does not listen to its Indigenous people, some very bad things are going to happen. And I think, you know, if you see the state of the world today, these things are starting to come true. And again, these prophecies and all the stories that we tell do come true, and I want to perpetuate that and being able to speak in times like this.
La paix et la tolérance signifie pour moi respect pour la nature, respect pour les autres cultures et une ouverture. Ce qui se passe maintenant avec le changement climatique, on se trouve dans la même situation. Et au lieu de la paix, être en paix, on collabore ensemble à travers des autres cultures différentes. Et je pense que c'est un lieu correct, pas correct, mais juste pour parler de différentes cultures. C'est pour ça que je suis là.
We do a lot of events around the world, but Cannes is very important. The world needs to see, the world needs to know, the world needs to hear what you have to offer. To know the story of a place or a people, you must have walked their walk, understand their passion, feel their pain, know their struggles, celebrate their joys. And therefore, when we bring them here as we gather annually, it's going to be something of purpose. So not only will they have their work seen, admired, awarded with desiring and deserving trophies, but also they themselves will feel a part of this bigger world.
Emotions are inside everybody, okay? And India is an example for it. Our spiritual energies, yoga, dance, music, our cinema. So what I will suggest on my humble way, show the beauty to the world. The beauty will save the world and will bring the peace. Thank you.
This is an artisan award, which stands for our organization. It's not a crystal, okay, that can be made in 24 hours. It is something that a person has put their hands into, their time into. And then when you see this award on your mantle, you're gonna wanna work really hard, because an Oscar is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but building blocks, building legacies, and using our films of purpose, that means that we believe in you. Not only are we investing in you, but we're investing in your future. You wake up in the morning and you have something beautiful behind you to remind you why you are working so hard to build blocks and build legacies.
What I would say has been wonderful is meeting people who have produced a huge body of work across so many different categories, from environmentalism right through to other humanitarian issues, things to do with spirituality, culture, and bridging the gap. So it's a very, very diverse group of people here, and that's why it's been such a privilege to be here, because people care and their work is about the fact that they care. So when you make films with purpose, then you are really reaching out and addressing issues that are important for all of us.
The coming together of the hands only shows one thing, that no matter what we do, where we come from, what we are, coming together, working together as one is a very strong energy. The recipients of the awards come from all over the world, and doesn't matter what religion, what race, what color. It's all about representing one cause, which is the world peace. And if your films are about peace, tolerance, and you've got stories that could change the world, make the world a better place, I think the right platform and the right person to be with will be Princess Angelique.
When great people do things together, they don't make so much noise. But other people have to elevate them. And this is what Angelique is doing. And this is one of the reasons why we're supporting her. In our Yoruba language, they said it takes a whole village to raise a child. So what Angelique is doing is great, but she also needs the assistance of people like us who want the world to be a better place. We all want the world to be a better place to live. Gathering ourselves together, we make a great change. That's the reason why we are called the change agents, so that the world can be in peace and make the world a better place to live.
What a pleasure to have a World Peace Initiative, this Lifetime Achievement Award. I think we need to start absolutely a new chapter in all the countries where people should come forward and talk about love, peace and unity, which is required. If you really want to survive on this earth, you need to learn how to love people. Trust me, things will be much, much better.
I came here to promote the Pavilion Afrique, to help such people to bring their wisdom, their knowledge, and to balance, because that's the next step for consumption society over there. And I think that's now that we have to impact with them and to make noise to change.
Everybody's beautiful. The world is beautiful. We should know that we have different cultures. We can't be one. Different of cultures makes the richness in the world, and the art will save the world. Through art, we can see the light. Shiva. Thank you so much.
We've had a long-standing relationship with the United Nations. We have ECOSOC status, which means the United Nations recognizes us as an organization and have more or less put their stamp, and they support what we do because they believe in the cause and they believe in our movement, and they do notice that we are quite unique in what we do. Nobody does what we do.
I was asked, but what means the most to you? And I just said, what means the most to me is self-esteem and world peace. And so we as the children must now rise up to bring in a new era of love and peace. But the only difference that can be made is for you to continue to promote world peace, religious tolerance, one person at a time, and one person can become 10%, 20% of the population, and then eventually it will get out, and this is how you're going to build the legacies, one person at a time.
By having a presence here in Cannes is really to help establish a brand that younger people will be able to relate to. that the films, the documentaries that are selected to be screened will be presenting the themes that promote a better quality of life by expressions of peace, by expressions of justice, by expressions of mercy, how to learn from each other and have hope for one another, and encourage the next generation to perceive how they too can stand up and make a difference.
The work has just begun to build a village, and eventually that village comes back to become an empire. But this is an empire of peace. By learning and touching into the arts, this is the only way we're going to have world peace. We're the only platform like this in Cannes. Okay, no one is doing what we're doing, but that doesn't mean that other people are not doing good work. So this is why we have collaborations and we welcome partnerships. We need one person at a time to join us, and we need people to say, how can I help?